What are the top 5 tennis shoes that you can buy right now this winter, early spring 2021 that you'll also see the pros wearing at the Australian Open? Let's find out right now. Hey everybody, it's Zach, Tennis Pro Doc, helping you improve your game and gear with science. And if you're watching this prior to or during the Australian Open, let me know your picks for the winner of the men's and women's tournament. And if you're watching it after, let me know what you thought of the tournament. All right, let's start here with number 5. And coming in at number 5 is the ASICS Solution Speed FF2. Now this shoe just came out and has just been made available for purchase on the online retailers. Now the reason that this shoe made it into the top 5, number 1, the uppers. They are super light but also super durable. Now with that molded polyurethane all throughout, it keeps the uppers light but also super aerodynamic with these breathing channels. Now when you open up the shoe, you are getting an incredible amount of stack height at 2.5 centimeters for a shoe that's still built for speed. Now ASICS has fixed that bending and snapping in the forefoot, as well as they've fixed the ankle collar, letting your heel slip out of it. So that's why this shoe made the top 5. All right, coming in at number 4, the Lotto Mirage 100. Now the reason this made the top 5 is because it's the fastest shoe that I have tried yet. Now the reason for that is number 1, ultra dense foam in the midfoot of 2 different densities, one in the heel, one that goes all the way from heel to toe. Number 2 though is the extra long shank that creates this Roman arch here in the back, and then it goes into the midfoot. Now this shank is the best shank that I have seen for harnessing potential energy and turning it into kinetic energy, for giving you that reverse buckling effect. Just gives you so much energy return. Now also, the outsole tread here is one piece, so it gives you so much opportunity for grip on the court. Now the reason that it's not higher on the list is number 1, just because the upper cage just isn't as thick, so you're gonna burn through it a little faster, and there's not as much outsole tread that comes up over the upper, so you might burn through some midsole foam. Otherwise, just an awesome speed-focused shoe coming in at number 4. All right, and this is where things kind of started to get a little difficult, but at number 3, the Nike Air Zoom GP Turbo. Now the GP Turbo is a little bit heavier than the Mirage 100 in Solution Speed, but it just packs so much performance into its frame that I had to put it in the top 3. Now one of the biggest reasons for it being in the top 3, number 1, the full-length Zoom Air Unit. Now I know a lot of people will say that is a gimmick. I do not believe that. The full-length Zoom Air Unit plus that full-length PEBX or PBAX, however you want to pronounce it, plate, that quasi-clear shank that goes all the way from heel to toe, gives you so much energy return, so much cantilevering, plus the bounce of the Zoom Air Unit. So this shoe almost feels like you're defying gravity when you're bouncing around the court. Just gives you so much performance and so much lift and bounce. Now number 2, it's also got a full-length Strobel unit or airbag on the top of it. Now that's not going to give you so much performance, but for me, coming from this as a foot doctor as well as a tennis player and instructor, that full-length Strobel unit, that airbag, accommodates so many different foot types, and it'll help you for so many different types of foot ailments or foot pain. So it also has some comfort innovations as well as performance innovations. Now the reason why this shoe isn't higher, number 1, the treads. Although they are durable, they are made for hard courts. This is not really an all-court shoe. Whereas the Solution Speed and the Mirage 100 and some of the other shoes we're going to look at, you can either get clay treads or they just work well on all surfaces. This is really a hard court shoe. Number 2, the uppers of this shoe are just not as durable as some others, so if you do slide a lot, or especially on hard courts, or if you're a toe dragger, this is going to burn through quicker than some of the other shoes. However, you just cannot ignore the innovation and the tech of the GP Turbo. And coming in at number 2, the foot doctor's dream tennis shoe, the Adidas Sole Court Boost. This has been one of my favorite shoes for a while. And reason being, number 1, the lateral flange. It has this huge clip on the outside. It is really hard to sprain your ankle, and it's really hard to get unstable in this shoe. This shoe gives you just unbridled stability and support. That also comes in the form of this huge shank, as well as the internal arch support. Now also, the treads of the Adidas Sole Court Boost are some of my favorite. Number 1 being because of the wide heel. Number 2, it's this chunky herringbone that you can use on a hard court or a clay court, grass, or carpet. Also, it has a ton of durability enhancements on the outsole tread coming up over the upper, as well as a durable wrap that comes up over the shoelace line to give you even more durability. Now, the Adidas Sole Court Boost is a little bit of a heavier shoe, but with the stability and durability of this shoe, if you are an aggressive mover or someone that really gets off balance or is a road runner on the back of the court and you need a shoe that you can rely on, it's the Adidas Sole Court Boost. And coming in at number 1, and this is a shoe that I really didn't get an appreciation for until I played with it several times. I really think I may have undersold it the first few times I played with it, and that is the ASICS Court FF2. Now the reason this shoe stands above all the rest is because it packs all of my favorite features of these shoes and a lot of the other ones up here into one frame. Starting with the outsole tread, it's got that wave pattern on it which grips pretty much anything really well, but also because the engineering of that wave allows you to slide on hard quartz and clay really well and with stability. Now number two, it's got all these durability innovations in it. Number one, the outsole tread coming up over the inside, as well as an upper made of all polyurethane. Now, that polyurethane upper still breathes better than the solution speeds, which are made of the same thing, which are also a lot lighter of a shoe. Now also, it gives you a ton of support under your midfoot, forefoot, and arch. Same as something like the GP Turbo would or the Sole Court Boost. However, it's got that truss stick system where it's got the shank on the bottom of it, so it is able to pack all that foam, all that ASICS flight foam underneath of it, which really gives you a ton of support for either if you're a flat foot player or if you're a high arch player. The next thing I like about this shoe is that it is a slipper tongue with a modified traditional three-piece, which means you're gonna get the glove-like fit of a slipper tongue, but you're gonna get the stability that I really crave of a three-piece. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. Even though usually I don't like slipper tongues, in this shoe I think it really works because of the modified three-piece. Now I have heard some people say that this tongue will wear down faster than others, but I do think the benefits of that slipper tongue vastly outweigh the cons, so I still think it is a good trade-off. Now the one thing I will say about the ASICS shoes also is that they do come with kind of wimpy shoelaces, so if you are going to buy the Court FF2, Solution Speeds, or even Gel Resolution, make sure you do get a beefier pair of shoelaces. I actually have a video on that. I will leave a link in the description to that. All right, so what about best value shoe? I think right now the best value on the market is the Adidas Sole Match Bounce. You can find these for as low as about $75. They give you the same treads as a Sole Court Boost, the same art support as a Sole Court Boost. It just doesn't give you the upper durability that the Sole Court Boost does. However, I still really like these shoes and I have been playing them quite a bit recently, and I would say the more I play in them, the more I like them. All right, what about the shoes that I missed, the ones that barely missed the top 5? I already know there's gonna be someone in the comments that didn't make it this far into the video that's gonna say, Zach, what about the Adidas Ubersonic 4? I thought you made this long video about it where you gushed about how much you liked it. That is true, and I do really like the Adidas Ubersonic 4. The only reason it did not make the top 5 over these other shoes is the forefoot. The forefoot foam in this is just a little bit too easy to bottom out for people that have a high arch foot, or that someone that may have foot pain already in their forefoot might find this a little bit aggravating. In terms of a match day shoe, or in terms of a performance shoe, it's hard to get better than the lightness, the nimbleness, the speediness, and the stability of the Adidas Ubersonic 4. And so from a purely performance standpoint, yeah, it fits right here in the middle of the top 5. It's just, in terms of me as a foot doctor, I cannot ignore that forefoot where you could just bottom it out a little fast. Now also, there's another shoe that I really like, which is the Yawn X Power Cushion Eclipsean 3. Now the reason that this did not make the top 5 is it is just not as forgiving as these other shoes. All these other shoes will fit just about every foot type. The Adidas Sole Court Boost, you probably do have to go down a half size if you're really narrow, but it'll still fit you with that size. Whereas the Yawn X Eclipsean 3, it is a little bit harder to break in for someone either with even a moderately wide foot or any type of foot deformity in there. Now also, the shoe is on the medium side of heaviness. However, it does not give you the energy return that some of these other shoes do. It is quick on the court and ultra durable, but in terms of energy return, I found some of these other shoes were just a tad better. However, if there was a number 6, or if the Solution Speed hadn't come out this year, these would probably be right here at number 5. All right, so am I wrong? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know your top 5 shoes for the beginning of 2021. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great day, great night, wherever in the world you are tuning in from. I'll see you in the next video.